Hello guys, my name is Evelyn. My story is about how my mother-in-law Rita had to severely pay for her actions against me. The other people involved here are my husband, Lucas, and father, Peter. Yes, they did give me permission to share the story. The incident I will talk about here is the final, despicable act of my horrible mother-in-law. Rita was an extremely abusive and manipulative person. Lucas's father had died when he was pretty young, so it was Rita and Lucas for a very long time. Instead of getting married and finding a partner for herself, Rita heavily depended on Lucas for her emotional needs. She stuck to him like a joke and chased away all the girlfriends he had in his life. You must have imagined what her reaction was when Lucas informed her that he was marrying me. This woman went on a tirade against me and didn't even come to the wedding. She thought that if she didn't come, Lucas would have stopped the wedding, but that never happened. So when me and Lucas eloped, Rita was pissed as hell. She screamed at Lucas and all the shenanigans. Lucas tried his best to make Rita see the light, but she never forgave him. Hell, she never talked to me or about me, ever. It was like I didn't exist. I guess she was even madder at the fact that Lucas relocated to my hometown, where my dad still lived. He got an amazing job there and decided to take it. Rita made up stories in her head about how I was taking her son away. Anyway, the fiasco lasted for about a whole year before Rita did something surprising. She called Lucas and said, "Lucas, I was thinking about visiting you. I haven't seen your new place and it has made me curious. I guess I can also try and see if I can work out a relationship with Evelyn." "Mum, that is great news. You can come over any day you want. We have plenty of space to host you. It won't be a problem. Evelyn and I will be happy to have you here. Right, Evelyn?" "Rita, if you really want to mend bridges, we will be happy to have you here. Lucas has been missing you and it would be fun to have you around." Yes, Lucas was thrilled with the idea of Rita coming over. But I had my doubts and my instincts smelled some foul play. After the stories I have heard about Rita chasing away Lucas's partners, it was difficult to imagine that she would change. However, I was willing to try for Lucas's sake. Guys, I was right about Rita all along. The woman was insane. From the moment she stepped into our house, she started to hog Lucas. He was not allowed to sit near me because it made her feel left out. Me and Lucas got zero time to ourselves. Rita even started to barge into our room at night to chat. If the door was locked, she banged on it and demanded to talk to Lucas. She said that she would try to have a relationship with me. Well, she didn't even say more than 3 sentences to me in a day. This woman was truly unhinged, and I was already at my wit's end. Even Lucas could see that Rita was being too much. The most shocking incident happened when me, Lucas and Rita went to a restaurant for drinks and dinner. It was our treat to Rita because she was new to the town and our guest. I didn't want to do it, but oh well. I really thought she wouldn't do anything worse. Well, she did. After we ordered our drinks, Rita said, "I think you should go check on our order. The city is horrible and the people here are so unprofessional. I don't trust them enough to make the drinks correctly. I wonder what Evelyn's dad does with the city anyway. He must be a Walmart employee or something. God knows how people can survive in these places." "Mom, that is very disrespectful of you. You can't just say things like that. The city is great, and if not better than our hometown. You are being rude again." "It's all right, Lucas. You don't have to stop her. She's entitled to her opinions. Rita, you can go and check the drinks, but I can assure you that the people working here are extremely professional and well-trained." "I didn't ask you that, Evelyn. You need to stop inserting yourself where you are not wanted. Learn to shut up sometimes." Rita said that and walked towards the bar. Lucas looked extremely embarrassed and apologized for her behavior. I told him that we would talk about this later. After Rita walked away, Lucas got a little distracted with his phone, but I watched her every move. She flagged down the waiter and spoke something in his ear. Then she placed something on the tray and quickly came back to her seat. The waiter looked dumbfounded at first and then looked at me. I nodded to him, giving him the signal that I saw everything. The waiter then put on a poker face and walked up to us with all of our drinks. He served Lucas and Rita. But before serving me my drink, he paused for some time. Then he said,
Hey, boss, here is your drink, but I didn't make it according to the instructions of your mother-in-law. I don't think you would have approved that.
Evelyn? Why the hell is he calling you boss? What is going on? Oh, I guess I didn't tell you before, Rita. My father, the man you think has no money, is the owner of this restaurant, and I am a co-owner with him, so the staff here call me boss. Rita immediately started to look very pale. She was shaking a little and looked panicked. Lucas had picked up on what the waiter had said. He looked really confused and kept staring at all of us. It didn't help that Rita's worried expression caught his attention as well. He knew something was up, so he said,
What is going on, Mum? Why is our server saying you told him to do something to the drink?
Oh, it is nothing. He must have misunderstood me. I only changed my drink and nothing else. He must be confused. Oh, really, Rita? I don't know, but I'm quite curious to know what he misunderstood from you. Waiter, why don't you tell us what happened? Me and Lucas are very confused.
Well, Mrs. Rita here tried to make me put this substance in your drink. I'm not sure what it is. She tipped me $1,500 to do it. Before I could even refuse, she walked away. You know, boss, we don't do things like that even for money. Mum, what the hell is he saying?
Did you really do this? You better tell me the truth. You have been acting weird after the waiter served Evelyn the drink. I don't know what the waiter is talking about, Lucas. I did no such thing. I'm sure this is all a set-up. Since this is Evelyn's restaurant, she must have set this up to make me look bad. This is all her fault. Wait, now you are blaming Evelyn for this? This isn't making you look very good, Mum. I'm getting even more suspicious of you. You better tell me the truth. Lucas, how could you suspect your mother like that? Your wife is purposely turning me against you. Trust me, this is all a ploy to separate us. She is already winning. I'm telling you the truth. You have to believe me. Oh, really, Rita? If you're so innocent about this, let me just check the security footage and find out. It would make things easier, wouldn't it? No one will have to assume anything.
That is a great idea, Evelyn. I'm sure you have free access to the CCTV footage here. Let's look at it and find out what happened. Then we will know who is telling the truth.
At the mere suggestion of checking the security footage, Rita paled even more. She started to act desperate and couldn't control the tears in her eyes. I wasn't sure if she was faking her tears or she was so scared that she cried. She started to convince us not to check the footage. She said, "Why do we need to check the footage? Don't you believe me, Lucas? I am your mother. You can't just accuse your mother of doing something like this."
I'm not accusing you of anything, Mum. Your behaviour has been very weird. It's not sitting well with me. Besides, we all need to know who is lying. Trust me, if you are innocent, I'll make sure the people who disrespected you pay.
Oh, there is no need for that, Lucas. I forgive them for doing this. I'm a forgiving person like that. We don't have to get into this CCTV business anymore. Let's just go home. Calm down, Rita. Where's the fire? We will go home once we know what's in the CCTV footage. It's only fair that we know the truth. Rita tried her best to make us not check the security footage. However, none of us listened. I actually visited my dad in private on the excuse of talking to him about the footage. I went into his office inside the restaurant and said, "Dad, you need to pull up the CCTV footage from the bar. Rita has tried to mess with my drink. The waiter, of course, told us everything. Now Lucas is insisting that we check the footage."
Wow, that would be fun to watch. What does Rita say about this?
She doesn't want us to check the footage, of course. She's afraid of being found out. The waiter had thankfully told me in the beginning about Rita's plans.
My God, what she did is not okay. I literally want to throttle her for trying to hurt my precious daughter. You should be more angry about this, Evelyn.
Trust me, Dad, I'm pretty mad. But I'm keeping my cool. I have big plans with Rita. There is no way I will let her go that easily. And I will need your help to teach Rita a lesson. My dad seemed very eager to know what I had in mind. After I told him everything, he had this look of delight and mischief on his face. My dad really was pissed at Rita for trying to hurt me. But now he looked pretty pleased to hear what I had in mind. He pulled up the security footage while I brought Lucas and Rita over to the office. Dad let them see what the footage had recorded. To only Lucas's surprise, there was his mother handing the waiter a packet and tipping him money. She also pointed to our table and signalled that he should mix the packet in my drink. It was very clear that she meant it for my drink because I was having a different cocktail. She specifically pointed it out to the waiter. After the whole footage was shown, the room went completely silent for a few seconds. Lucas looked ready to pop from anger while Rita was like a deer in headlights. It didn't help that even my father was sending her some really nasty glares. Meanwhile, I remained neutral and didn't say anything. Lucas finally broke the silence and said,
"What is the meaning of this footage, Mum? So you were lying about not having anything to do with this?"
I guess she didn't think we would have any proof of her doing it. Not many restaurant owners would allow random customers access to their CCTV footage, plus Rita must have thought that $1,500 was good enough for people to commit a crime.
Well, too bad that I pay my waiters well. They are loyal people and will never indulge in these things. Me and Evelyn are our family to them.
Rita knew that she had been caught red-handed. She couldn't just lie anymore, so she turned on the waterworks and started to cry. It was pathetic because she was clutching Lucas's jacket and crying like a brat. It was a little funny to watch a grown woman trying to get her way by crying. I wanted to laugh a little but held back. Lucas absolutely tore into Rita. He said,
"Mum, how dare you try to hurt my wife? Is this why you have been in contact with us? I really thought you were ready to change. Now I see that you just wanted to somehow hurt Evelyn and create a rift in our relationship." Lucas, you have to listen to me. You are misunderstanding me. I didn't mean to harm her. I just wanted to spike her drink, though, so that she would get too drunk. I just wanted Evelyn to embarrass herself and pass out sooner. Are you freaking kidding me? You roofied my wife's drink? Are you insane? Mum, what is wrong with you? It was a harmless substance, Lucas. I just wanted to spend some time with you alone without Evelyn. After your marriage, you have chosen your wife over me. I hated it. I just wanted you to pay more attention to me. So, you get me out of the picture. You decided that drugging me would be the best idea. What kind of cheap crime thriller you have been reading, Rita? Shut up, Evelyn. You have no right to speak between me and my son. This is the reason I wanted you out of Lucas's life. You ruined everything. Mum, how can you say that? She is my wife and has every right to speak on this matter. She is the victim here, not you. You are the one who ruined everything, Mum. I don't think we can come back from this. Stay away from me and Evelyn. We want nothing to do with you anymore. Don't try coming by the house. If you do anything stupid, there will be consequences. Rita heard that and started to panic even more. She continued sobbing but kept defending herself, even after everything. And to our very surprise, she still blamed me for making her do these things. Lucas had enough of her stupidity and continued to berate her. Then, she finally addressed me with her venom. Rita said, "You witch! I will never forgive you for this. I will destroy you, just you wait. No one can take my son from me and walk away without consequences. I will ruin your life." Oh really, Rita? You have the audacity to still stand here and threaten my daughter in front of me? Well, what will you do about it, Peter? Will you throw me out of the restaurant? Do it, and I will still find a way to get back at you. You think I will just throw you out of my restaurant? Do you really think I will let you walk away with this? Absolutely not. You have tried to drug my daughter and bribe my waiter at my own restaurant. I am reporting you to the police. No, you can't do that. You can't call the cops on me. You can't get me arrested. Yes, he can get you arrested, Rita. We have solid evidence of you bribing a waiter to tamper with my drink. And you have drugs. The cops will have a field day with you. You'll be going to jail.
While Rita was shocked to hear our decision, Lucas seemed to show no reaction. I didn't have to talk to him to know that he supported me. I mean, his mother did something illegal and highly inappropriate. Lucas is a man of morals and ethics. He wouldn't have let Rita get away with just no contact. Dad had actually called the cops, who just reached the hotel and entered through the back door. Rita saw them and started to get hysterical. She took hold of Lucas and said, "Lucas, are you going to stand there and do nothing? Your witch wife and father-in-law have called the cops on your own mum. You need to do something and save me."
Why would I do that, Mum? They haven't done anything wrong. If I was in their place, I would have done the same thing. What you did was despicable. You literally committed multiple serious crimes today. Do you want to see your mother in jail, Lucas? Will you be happy to see me get arrested? What about my reputation? You destroyed your own reputation when you committed a crime to harass my wife. And, yes, I would be happy to see you in jail. It looks like there is no other way to make sure you learn your lesson. You think I didn't notice how you still kept blaming Evelyn for your actions? I am not some weak husband who won't defend his wife just to appease his mother. I don't care if you get arrested. I won't bail you out or help you with anything. I hope you know that. Be prepared for a restraining order as well. Rita turned white like a ghost and started to shake. With her eyes wide, she looked at the cops who were taking our statements and watching the video. Then they swiftly walked up to Rita and cuffed her. Rita kicked and screamed, trying to make a scene. Thankfully, no one in the restaurant was able to hear her over the music. The cops dragged her away and promised to update us about the situation. After the cops left, Lucas broke down in tears. Years of frustration with his mother and her toxic ways finally got to him. He started to apologize to us. While sobbing into his hands, he said, "I'm so sorry, Evelyn. I'm a horrible husband. I left my mother close enough to try and hurt you. Hell, she almost jeopardized Peter's business by bringing drugs here. I'll never forgive myself for this. I don't even think I can show my face to you guys." "That is nonsense, Lucas. You did what any son would do. You simply wanted your mother and wife to get along. You had no way of knowing that Rita would go this far. Trust me, none of us are mad at you. Right, Dad?" You are right, Evelyn. Lucas, you need to stop blaming yourself for someone else's mistakes. You are a good man, and nothing like your mother. I just want you to let Rita suffer the consequences of her actions. I don't want her to try and hurt my daughter again. Can you promise that? Yes, Peter. I promise I will not interfere with the case in any way. I will allow you two to handle it on your own. And after what Mum has done, there is no way I'm helping her out or allowing her back into our lives. What I said a few minutes ago is true. I am going to file for a restraining order against Rita. I have had enough of her. She is not coming near Evelyn again. Guys, Lucas's words sent me over the moon. I was freaking falling in love with him all over again. He just reminded me why I married him and truly wanted him to be my husband. His display of his shiny spine made all his trouble totally worth it. I could also tell my dad became even more impressed with Lucas. It was a total win-win for all three of us. Rita's life was in shambles within a few months. First, she had a hard time getting out of jail. Yes, she did have some money, but with lawyer fees and all, she couldn't meet the bail amount. It also didn't help that her job fired her as soon as the news of her arrest spread. She was actually found guilty on multiple charges and was sent to prison for 8 months. Rita's misery didn't end there. Rita was also made to pay a hefty fine for her crimes. But what broke her the most was the fact that her own son testified against her. In fact, Lucas actually outlined her previous issues with me and established a motive for tampering with my drink. Rita listened to her son speak and cried like a banshee. The judge gave Rita a rather harsh speech and sent her to prison. While the case was still going on, me and Lucas also filed for a restraining order. My dad also joined in and filed for a restraining order. He wanted to be safe in case Rita tried to vandalize or attack him after she got back from prison. Thankfully, the judge granted us the restraining orders. It also helped that my dad's office had a CCTV camera that recorded her threats. Yes, it was presented as evidence in the other cases filed against her.
whole incident brought me, Lucas, and my dad even closer than before. Lucas ended up sharing a lot of his childhood trauma with us. Me and Dad convinced him to join therapy and he agreed on our insistence. So far, he is doing great, and we are actually having a good life right now. As for Rita, it looks like Rita is going to be far away from us for now, and if she tries to show up again, she'll be promptly thrown into prison.